So the more I play with and become aware of what allowing feels like, looks like, tastes like, and what resistance looks like, feels like, tastes like, what the effects in my body, in my mind, the quality of thoughts, my breath, the more I catch the beat, I become more and more masterful at knowing when I'm in separation, resistance, which reinforces the belief of separation, and when I'm really resting in allowance. The more I cultivate allowance, the more the Son, the more I can be restored to union with the Father. Allowance, not thought, not belief, not metaphysics, not striving, not control, but allowing, restores me to union. This is just the opposite of the ego's thought system. Then he goes on to say this, allowing is always the key, silence the doorway. Let's just all stop right where we are for a moment, and I invite you to allow yourself to come back to presence, check to see if there's any subtle tension, and welcome the breath. Let's all allow the breath to be received deeply. I'm allowing, I'm electing and choosing to soften a resistance. And in this case, I'm allowing the breath to flow more deeply. I'm allowing awareness of subtle tensions so that I can allow them to soften. Presence. This vital key stepping stone is essential to all healing, waking, and most certainly enlightenment into Christ's mind. Allowing is not a shrug of the shoulders. It's not a passivity. It's not something you will with the mind. It's a willingness to create the space in which whatever appears, appears. There are two aspects to allowing, simply because that's our experience. There's we'll call it the external allowing. Events take place, people do things, mountains erupt, governments do what they do. Events occur in our relational plane. What is my relationship to allowing those things? Where do I tighten and reject? Go up into the mind. I've learned that wherever I'm not truly allowing, which isn't just a mental choice, it's a choice to soften what is rigid within, to breathe deeply and be present. There's a physiological aspect of allowing, if you will. When I don't do that, it's like I have a balloon and I'm squeezing the flow of life, and when I squeeze a balloon, it puffs up above the squeeze. That is, I go up into the mind, not down into simple, curious presence, spaciousness. We all know what it means to not allow a feeling, to have a reaction to an event, and rather than letting the energy process through before we think, before we make a decision or do anything, we squeeze, and up goes the attention and energy goes to the mind, right back into the whirling vortex of perception, attitude, belief that grounds and reinforces the separate self or ego.